Have you ever wondered what would happen if your grocery budget just suddenly vanished? And all because of a single missed deadline? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to unpack exactly how to navigate the Texas SNAP renewal process online. Our goal is to make sure you have the practical, step-by-step knowledge you need so you absolutely never experience a gap in your benefits. Let's dive in.
Now, this process is incredibly crucial because over 3.5 million Texans rely on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program every single month. To put that into perspective, that includes 1.7 million kids. For these families, renewing these benefits on time isn't just some annoying paperwork. It's a literal lifeline for putting food on the table, especially when you look at today's grocery prices.
So, here's our roadmap for today's explainer. Section 1 is Understanding SNAP Rules. Then, Preparation and Documents, Step-by-Step Online Renewal, TSANC, and Troubleshooting, Frequently Asked Questions, and we'll wrap up with our conclusion and disclaimer. Starting off with Section 1, Understanding SNAP Rules.
Okay, so you probably know that SNAP is a federal program, right? But here in Texas, it's actually managed at the state level by the Texas Health and Human Services Commission, or HHSC. They're the ones who provide your electronic benefits transfer, your EBT card, which we call the Lone Star card. But here's the catch. Because life happens and circumstances like your income or household size can change, you have to actively recertify at the end of your certification period to prove you still need that assistance.
And I want to bust a huge myth right now. A lot of people think owning a reliable car automatically disqualifies you from SNAP. No way! Under the Modernized Vehicle Asset Test, you can have a primary vehicle with a fair market value up to $22,500 and any additional vehicles up to $8,700, and you can still qualify. The state totally gets that working families need reliable wheels.
That brings us to Section 2, Preparation and Documents.
Look, preparation is everything here. Before you even open your laptop, gather your ID, your bank statements, and your recent pay stubs. But definitely pay close attention to your utility bills and medical expenses. Why? Because claiming deductions for those everyday living expenses can actually lower your calculated net income. For example, if you have a senior or disabled household member, documenting out-of-pocket medical expenses over $35 a month can massively boost your chances of keeping those benefits.
All right, moving right along to Section 3, Step-by-Step Online Renewal.
Let's be real, nobody wants to spend their afternoon stuck in a crowded waiting room at a local office. The absolute fastest way to renew is by going digital. You can do the whole shebang through the yourtexasbenefits.com website, or, even better, by downloading the Your Texas Benefits mobile app on the Apple App Store or Google Play. The app is a total game changer. It even lets you manage your Lone Star card, check your balance, and freeze it if you lose it.
The digital renewal process breaks down into 4 super simple steps. Step 1, log in securely to your account. Step 2, navigate over to the Manage screen. You'll actually see a Ready for Renewal alert right there if it's time. Step 3, just click Renew Benefits. And Step 4, review your info, update any changes to your address or income, and upload photos of those documents we just talked about, right from your smartphone camera.
But listen to me, timing is absolutely everything. When your renewal window opens, they'll send you a notice. But your most important milestone is the 15th day of your final benefit month. You literally must submit your renewal by the state. If you procrastinate and wait until the end of the month, your processing is going to be delayed, which practically guarantees a super painful interruption in your food budget.
Next up is Section 4, TSAP and Troubleshooting.
Now this part is absolutely crucial if you care for an older adult. If everyone in your household is 60 or older or disabled and nobody has earned income from a job, you might qualify for TSAP. That's the Texas Simplified Application Project. Standard SNAP usually makes you renew every 6 months and sit through a phone interview. But TSAP, it gives you a stress-free 3-year certification period, and they almost always completely waive the phone interview. It's fantastic.
So what if things go sideways? For folks on standard SNAP, if you run into issues or your renewal gets surprisingly denied, it usually comes down to a few common pitfalls. The number one culprit? Missing that mandatory phone interview. Other big mistakes include forgetting to upload requested proof, like a recent pay stub, or just failing to list your deductible rent and childcare expenses. If you don't list them, the state thinks you have way more disposable income than you actually do.
Hey, if the digital portal is just driving you crazy, don't worry, you've got some great offline options. You can call 211 for the Texas Language Line, getting you live help in over 150 languages. You can call the State Benefits Hotline directly at 877-541-7905. Or you can physically visit a certified community partner who can sit down and navigate the computer system for you. Just remember, you'll need to sign Form H0926 so the state can legally share your case details with them.
Section 5. Frequently asked questions. We get this question all the time from our viewers. If you're employed and pulling in a steady paycheck, does that just automatically kick you out of getting help?
The answer is yes. You can absolutely qualify while working. This is exactly why understanding the rules is so important. SNAP doesn't just look at your gross paycheck. They care about your net income. So claiming deductions for high rent, utilities, and childcare can sometimes bring your calculated income right in under the SNAP limit. Never, ever assume you make too much based on your gross pay alone.
Here's another one that causes a lot of confusion, especially for our older Texans. Does your monthly Social Security check count against you when you're renewing your food benefits?
Well, yes, it does count as income. But remember what we talked about earlier? The rules are highly flexible for seniors and individuals with disabilities. They generally only have to pass the net income test. By deducting those out-of-pocket medical expenses that go over $35 a month, I'm talking copays, prescriptions, the whole 9 yards, many seniors easily meet the thresholds to secure that average $188 a month in grocery help.
Finally, Section 6, Conclusion and Disclaimer. The absolute biggest takeaway I want you to remember is this. If you think your income is even remotely close to the limit, just renew and apply anyway. Let the state do the complex math on your deductions. Also, make sure you keep your mailing address updated in the Your Texas Benefits portal so you actually get your notices. And please, share this explainer with anyone in your community who might need it. And subscribe to us for more guides just like this.
Think about how much grocery prices have spiked over the last year. A missed deadline wouldn't just be an inconvenience, it could be devastating for your household budget. Taking just 15 minutes to renew online today could literally save you weeks of financial stress and hungry nights tomorrow.
Just a quick disclaimer before we go. This explainer is meant for educational purposes. Government rules, income limits, and those application processes are constantly evolving based on federal and state policies. So always verify your specific details directly through official Texas Health and Human Services channels, like yourtexasbenefits.com. But I'll leave you with this one final thought. Knowing the true everyday cost of groceries right now, can you or your family really afford to let that 15th of the month deadline slip by? Thank you so much for learning with us, and we'll see you in the next explainer.